Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I recently made a video about how the FatDoctorUK had their license to practice medicine revoked. Well, it turns out that they didn't actually have their medical license revoked, but they got a warning from the medical board and they decided to quit. So either way, they're not practicing medicine anymore. Ever since that event, it seems like the FatDoctorUK has gone even further off the deep end, and they're going around saying that doctors perform eugenics on fat people by denying them medical care. Today, we're going to take a look at a clip of them talking about that, as well as several bonus clips. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
Eugenics is the belief that you can improve the quality of a human population through controlled breeding. It was really popular in the early 20th century, and a lot of people think that it's no longer an issue, but believe me, it is.
Okay, so they're still doing controlled breeding to try to come up with some sort of super race, apparently.
One of the best ways to perform eugenics is basically to prevent certain groups of people whom you can consider to be inferior from reproducing. And that is commonplace in medicine today.
Oh yeah? I've never heard of this. Okay, so we need to knock off the forced sterilization programs that we currently have in place. This is news to me.
If you're fat and you can't fall pregnant naturally, then tough.
And that's eugenics. Okay, so eugenics is when you don't give somebody fertility medication and you just let them try to get pregnant naturally. I thought it was when you stopped people from reproducing. Oh, you just don't help them reproduce because for some reason they can't reproduce on their own. Okay.
You can't get reproductive health care if you have a BMI over 30 or 35, 40 if you're lucky.
Why do you need reproductive health care to have a child? If you can't get pregnant when you have a BMI over 30, usually, that's probably your body's way of telling you something. Also, the fact that a lot of morning after pills don't really work on somebody that's obese should tell you something else. What it should tell you, as a doctor, is that your hormones are all out of whack when you're morbidly obese. It's eugenics if they don't help you get pregnant. Why do they need to help you get pregnant? Nobody helped me get pregnant. I birthed 2 babies right out of my own ass without any assistance. Oh wait, no, that's not the part that I did. But I did have a part in creating those babies. That's weird. Why do you need all kinds of assistance from medical professionals to fall pregnant? I love that terminology, by the way. It makes it sound like it just happened. Yeah, dude, I was going to the store and I tripped and fell pregnant. Yeah, it sucks. Nobody believes this story. Nobody believes my immaculate conception story, man.
And the reason is because fat adults tend to produce fat children who eventually turn into fat adults.
Oh, so the system is preventing fat people from reproducing because they don't want those fat children to eventually grow into fat adults. And by preventing them from reproducing, we mean not giving them fertility drugs.
And that's because 70 to 80% of our weight is controlled by our genetics.
I love how these figures change with every single video that you make. Last video, it was like 60. Now we're up to 80. Next video, it's going to be up to 95. Statistically, 1,000% of myself is not my own fault. So that's a lot of scientific data that you can look into if you want.
Kind of like our height. So if you want
no, your height actually is genetic.
to remove fatness from society, then one of the most effective ways to do that is just stop fat people from having babies. And that is exactly what the medical profession is doing today in the 21st century. Modern day eugenics.
Okay, so the medical field is practicing eugenics against fat people by not giving them fertility drugs if they have a BMI over 30. So nobody's actually stopping you from reproducing. Nature is stopping you from reproducing, and you need the assistance of doctors to have a baby, and they're just not giving it to you. The medical field can try to counteract nature and force this baby to happen, and if they don't, then that's eugenics. I don't know, man. Maybe they just didn't want to slap God in the face, huh? The doctor's like, oh, I don't know, man. God was pretty clear on you not reproducing. I'm sorry, these are all just jokes, guys. And that's no offense to anybody that can't have a baby. But either way, none of this is eugenics, clearly. Next. All right, some of these just have music in the background and words on the screen. This one says, FYI, your ideal weight is based on a calculation created by a life insurance company. Okay. Okay, you're walking on the beach. I didn't think that this information was relevant until I saw those waves behind you. Well done. Well done. I see what you've done. Captured my attention. Captured my heart. Okay, doing some weird little poses here. So if an insurance company has determined what my ideal weight is, that's probably based on a whole bunch of data. A whole bunch of data related to people's mortality and death rates and stuff like that. So we should probably listen to it. Since they charge people more based on their different lifestyles and which one is more hazardous than the other to your life or whatever, I think that they've done the research on this. If life insurance companies straight up won't even insure you, there's a problem there. Yeah, just so you know, the ideal body type is just something that stupid insurance companies came up with. And just so you know, a good running vehicle is just something that stupid mechanics came up with. Your car doesn't actually need to run at all. Next. They say I'm a danger to society because I refuse to say that fat is bad and weight loss improves your health. They keep trying to silence me. They never will. I'm not going anywhere. I never needed them anyway. And by them, you mean the medical board. I never needed these idiots. I don't need a license to practice medicine or a hospital to work from to give people care. It just won't be legal. That's all. Meet me in my van after lunch for that prostate exam that you've been talking about. I swear I'm a doctor. Okay. Please keep smiling at me in a very unhinged fashion. And go. Yes, just like that. Okay, so as we learned in that previous clip, they tried to silence the FatDoctorUK, but the truth has prevailed, and they continue to upload videos to Instagram. Thank God. Next. Fat isn't bad. Thin isn't good. Fat isn't bad. Thin isn't good? Really? That's all the proof that I need, dude. That is literally all that I need to hear. I love how stupid and simple these are. It's basically like putting text on the screen that says, I'm right, everybody else is wrong. Like, well, that proves it then. Like, what is the point of this, homie? I want to make a TikTok that says, the sky is red. End of story. There's no room for discussion on this matter. I bid you good day. I said good day! Okay, well, I mean, and losing weight won't make you healthier. Even if you're morbidly obese and all of your doctors have been telling you to lose weight for a very long time, and you've seen several episodes of My 600-Pound Life, as we can see from the show My 600-Pound Life, a bunch of happy, beautiful, independent people go to Dr. Now living their best life, and he completely destroys their lives by helping them lose weight and be able to walk up a flight of stairs without an oxygen tube. So, where was I going with this? I don't even know, dude. Who cares? This is so dumb. Who cares? So did this person go through medical school and pretend to be listening to all the stuff about diet and exercise, and then at the end they like didn't believe any of it or something? Is that what's going on here? They made it through medical school by pretending to agree with all the stuff that medical science had to say? They're taking notes. They're like, yes, obesity is bad. And then in parentheses, but one day I will tell everybody the truth about how obesity is not bad. And I'm just sitting here in this medical school waiting for my time to spring forth and show all these morons the actual truth about health. Signed, Dr. Ashalani. Losing weight won't make you healthier, even if you're 800 pounds. All right, well, like I said, that takes care of that. I don't need any sort of proof or evidence to back up any of your bizarre claims, right? I mean, you were a doctor at one point, which, like I said before, is a title that apparently doesn't mean much over there in the UK. They're giving out doctorates in Cracker Jack boxes apparently over there. I'm just kidding, UK, calm down. Next. POV, your bestie wrote a book all about bodies, and you know it's gonna change lives. Your bestie wrote a book all about bodies? What does that mean? I wrote a book about bodies, so you're like a serial killer or something? What the hell does that mean? Whose bodies? What does that mean? A book about bodies. The language that the people within this movement use is such mind rot, bro. Oh my God. A book about bodies. This better be a book that coroners use to study for, like, the exam or whatever. I swear to God. You're going to want to get that body on ice very quickly before rigor mortis sets in. And you know it's going to change lives. Okay, so you're shilling some kind of product for one of your friends. I assume that it's actually your product, and you're, like, selling a book under a ghost writing name or something like that. A pseudonym or something, perhaps. Molly Forbes, Every Body. It's a book about bodies. So what the hell is this book about? Thank you for showing me that this book actually does have pages inside. I believe you. You guys aren't just screwing around anymore. Okay, so it says Every Body, and then it shows a bunch of different bodies on the cover. Oh my goodness, how innovative. Groundbreaking. Dude, literature these days, like, there hasn't been a book released in the past 10 years that doesn't instantly reduce your IQ by 20 points as soon as you crack it open. I swear to Christ. Here's Molly. She doesn't always feel good about her body, but that's society's fault. Okay, so that was god-awful, and I have to learn a little bit more about this book. Let's read a little bit. Oh, there are no reviews. Body myth alert. Positive body image is simply about liking what you see in the mirror. Wrong. Positive body image is about way more than thinking you look good. In fact, getting too hung up on the way you look can be bad news for body image, even if you think you look super hot. That's because when you focus too much on your appearance, you can forget about all the other ways your body is brilliant. Okay, so we're gonna be caught up on how awesome our bodily functions are now or something? I don't get it. So it looks like it's a book that basically says, hey, you're all caught up on your body image and stuff. Don't be. That takes care of that. Thank you so much. That's a good encapsulation of the body positive movement at this point, as well as several other movements where somebody is just like, hey, you feel bad about a bunch of stuff? Don't feel bad anymore. The work is always just stop caring. I can get on board with that. You shouldn't be caught up on your body image. But if it were just as easy as saying, I don't care about this anymore, then everybody else would have already done it. We should work to improve the parts of ourselves that we can and not obsess about the parts of ourselves that we can't. Therein lies the wisdom. You can stop drinking, you can lose weight, you can better yourself in various ways. You cannot change your eye color, you cannot change your height, and various other things. Therein lies the acceptance, accepting the things that you cannot change. Why would I accept my weight when I can change it? Next. I understand how hard it is to trust your doctors. Okay, so what are you going to do about that? How are you going to help me trust my doctors? Wait, what's happening? Especially those who take themselves far too seriously. What are you doing? Okay, so it looks like the fat doctor is going back to the ocean from whence they came. A lot of people don't know that one day they just kind of materialized from some sort of primordial ooze out of the ocean. Now they are returning to their home. Bye. Back to the ocean from whence you came to solve fat phobia out there in the depths. Poseidon needs some liberation. Alright, so it looks to me like the Fat Doctor UK has gone even further off the rails, which was not easy to do because they were already pretty far off the damn rails. Do you agree that doctors are performing eugenics on larger people by denying them reproductive care when they have a BMI over 30? Is it dumb that your ideal weight is based on a calculation done by insurance companies? And did the Fat Doctor UK originate in the ocean and now they are returning back to the primordial ooze from which they originated? leave a comment below. Fat Doctor's all like, my work on this planet is done. It just like floats up. Happy Thursday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.